Hi guys. Okay, so this is basically contactor, and this is the control. Um, a main uh, part of refrigeration. Obviously, the name is control. So basically, refrigeration is a series of controls, which is controlling the uh, coldness, controlling the flow of refrigeration, and uh, these two obviously is a very important part of the refrigeration. Every part is important, but control obviously. So this is digital thermostatic control, which is, I'm gonna show you the wiring of this one, how to wire a digital thermostatic control. Um, so as we can see, we have a section which is controlling the fan, uh, a section which is controlling the defrost, uh, compressor, 230 voltage, which is just turn on the control, and then we have the sensor number one, which is this one is the ambient sensor, and the second one is the defrost sensor, is DAF for defrost or ambient. So it's very simple control, because let's say you're going into one shop and he's saying obviously the control is off and there is no power in the control, so you have to do a voltage test to see if the 230 voltage is coming here. Let's say the 230 voltage is coming, but still you can't see any power there in the control, so obviously indicate like the control is gone basically, because over inside of this control there is small relays which is controlling different part of the unit, and sometimes that relays can go, and you need to replace the control basically. So the first thing we do is to we have to design our wiring, is very important. So let's say, because it's gonna be about 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, it's gonna be about 9 wiring. So the design should be very tight, nice, looks good and safe, because you're gonna fix that control, you go away, but the shopkeeper shouldn't get any problem like that. Your wiring shouldn't be on the way of anything, so by moving the things and suddenly your wire is come off from here, this section, and shouldn't be that way. So how to wire this one? Very simple. Let's say you got the evaporator fan, which is inside the direct cabinet, or it can be anything for that matter. So you connect the fan here, but only the live part of the fan, the live, not the negative, the positive. Only the positive is gonna go inside the control. So that's gonna be the, you're gonna connect the live of the fan in this section. In this section, you connecting the live wire of the defrost. In this section, you connecting your 230 voltage, which is live. Oh, sorry. On this section, you connecting just a live from. You can do one thing. You can put this live and this live together, and then bring it here as a pair. One connected here and one is connected here. So obviously this live, you give power to this section of the control. That is very important. If we don't connect this live, you won't get this section is not working basically. Compressor is not working, defrost is not working, fan is not working. Even by giving the 230 voltage, the control may work, but this section is not working. So that is that. So that is basically our fan, defrost, life, compressor, only life of compressor, 230 voltage, sensor, um, sensor. You have two sensors there, the ambient and the defrost. So one side of the sensor, it doesn't matter which side, one side of the sensor is connected to number one, which is that's your ambient temperature. The other side of the sensor is connecting to defrost, and the remaining two wire, both of them gonna go as a common in this section. So in this section you will connect two wire of the sensors, and then the ambient, and then the defrost, and the control gonna work. So that is our control. Next video maybe I'll turn it on, and so that will be even better. So that's that. So this contactor, which is this job is very simple. The basically, let's say in most of the system, the power through control go to contactor for safety reasons. And so basically, let's say your life, neutral, and hearth is coming here, and so because if it's single phase, this is single phase, so you can connect the life, natural, and hearth here, and it will come out straight away the moment. The only other thing is, if you can see the A1 and A2, that life is coming from, let's say, from your control, coming, let's say, the compressor. So the compressor wire is coming to A1. So as soon as the compressor is on, the contactor will come on. It will click, and it passes the power to the other side of the control contactor, and it will go to compressor. And the A2, it can be neutral or negative. So this is our positive, which is coming from control, from the compressor. So the compressor is coming in the A1. As soon as the system needs cooling, the control turn on the A1, and obviously we got our negative connect here, which is the blue wire, and so that will be brown and blue, but the brown is coming from the compressor, and then it will click, and the power is passing to the other side, to this one, to the compressor. So that was how to wire the contactor and the control. Very simple. Just if you do it once or twice, you will get the full control of it. There is two part more on this one. There is normally open, and normally close. Let's say normally close. In normally close, you connecting something which is in normal situation is not open, but once the contactor is go off, that section become alive. And normally open, so it is normally open, and is working as a other side of the contactor. So that's why it's even included, and normally open is included with the rest of the contactor. So they coming on at the same time, but only normally close is coming on when the contactor is go off. The normally close is gonna come on. So that's how we're gonna wire the contactor. Not to forget the A1 and A2. That is the A1 and A2 also give power to the contactor to become active, and also the A1 is coming directly from the compressor and turning on the contactor. Sorry about the van, is very dirty. Today I'm not going for the job, I'm just gonna clean this one. Last night I started cleaning. I done something about the shelf organizing, but there is a lot to do. This job will take a couple of hours to organize every piece, and that is another story. But so, all right guys, I hope this video has helped you. And so we start with the electric controls. Hopefully I continue with the electric controls and cover the other part of the refrigeration. So for me, because I'm a bit crazy, I have a van I'm using for the job, for the big jobs. I use this one, and I have a motorbike, and I have a car for just small jobs. I don't want to use the van, so hey, my friends is buy a new car, so immediately my car has become old one. So that is my car, and I'm using that one for just to go quickly for investigation and some minor job, electrical job. Obviously you can't put the gas inside that unless you do a special insurance, but motorbike I like it because immediately you can go, you don't stuck in the traffic, and just go there and investigate the job, what is going on. Sometimes you can do even with the motorbike some small electrical job like change of contactor, controls, and a small job. But for the big job, obviously you must have your van, and that's it. Alright guys, see you in the next video.